Branding conference on April 26th? Well, this is your opportunity to meet the speakers. Welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Amy Lancy. I am the Story Whisperer, aka the CEO of Untold Story Enterprises. I essentially work with businesses and organizations to help them figure out what are the right words they need to say to speak their audience's language. And I am joined here by a couple of speakers who will be speaking at our branding conference. What's next for your branding on April 26th? And so I'm joined here with Sage Harper and Val Lowe. Hi, say hi, you guys.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Awesome. So I wanted to take this opportunity to really just highlight you because the audience they're getting excited about the conference. They want to know more about what they can do to really polish their brand, to get their brand out there for visibility, and how to really market themselves as the expert. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to show the experts that they're working with. So let's go to Sage first. Sage, can you just introduce yourself briefly? What you're all about and who you serve and all that jazz.
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Sage. I've been in marketing now for 8 years. Our company really focuses on top of funnel. So we're all about setting up that initial voice of who the business is and what kind of problems they're solving. Mm-hmm. So for branding and when it comes down to customer experience, we're like that initial litmus test and that initial visibility on a brand. So it's so important for continuity of messaging and all those other things to make sure that we have the same flow throughout our whole flow of marketing.
So basically it sounds like you take the customer's brand and you test different marketing messages and strategies to see what is best for them to reach their audience better and faster.
Absolutely. What we really try to distill down to is what the customer problems are, and not just physical problems. Usually we look more at the emotional problems as well, because we all know we're victims of emotional purchasing. That's how we purchase in general. We use logic to justify. So when we get down to the distilled part of how is this making you feel, that's typically a good motivator to be that catalyst for change. And then it allows us to roll out that experience of what we feel that we can provide via our customers, of course, and how they feel that they can solve that problem and differentiate themselves from others.
I love that you touched on shiny object syndrome without actually saying shiny object syndrome, but it's so true. I remember the first few years of my business, I fell for shiny object syndrome so many times. Like, oh, look at that shiny new piece of software. Oh, look at that funnel. Oh, look at that new guide that I can buy from whoever guru and then hopefully make $1 million in my sleep. I love that you actually test things out to see what is actually right for your clients. So that's awesome, Sage. And Val, wonderful Val, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Oh, thanks, Amy. I'm Val Lowe. I work with entrepreneurs and business owners who want to make bigger revenue and bigger impact in their businesses. And the thing that I like to do is take them through a strategy session, get them clear on what they want to do. And then obviously with the brand, then makes it much easier for the branding, but I do it in a little bit of a different way. And I'll show you in a little bit how I do that.
Oh, okay.
And then, and then take them from their strategic plan and implement that plan. And again, it's the brand piece. What's your message? Is it clear? Is your brand clear? Is it clear across all those platforms? What's your website like? We need to refresh your website, and just implement all the pieces to get them to the other side where they're out there doing their thing and really making a big impact.
It sounds like you really help your clients to create a brand that actually serves their goals and their needs. It's not just creating a brand that looks pretty. It's about creating something that will get you to where you want to go, and then pairing that and get you ready for marketing with people like Sage.
Yes.
Yeah. So wonderful. I
Love it.
love it.
You
I
build the
love
brand, you do all that stuff, then come to us and we'll help you with your lead generation for that brand. I think it's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And for me, like I'm kind of in that mix where I'm helping my clients to figure out the words to describe what their brand is and help them with the words to describe what their marketing message is and what their services are. And it's like we're all just kind of in this nice little ecosystem of branding and marketing, which is just, when you're trying to figure that out on your own, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's that's why you need to come to the branding conference in order to hear from experts in each of these separate areas so that way you can piece that all together yourself without being in a silo. So here's a question I want to pose to both of you because I feel like this has just come up in conversation. um, what is the biggest mistake you have found with your clients who, like, what was there something they did before meeting you that you could have prevented?
Go ahead. You can
Oh,
answer
let's see.
first.
Val?
Yeah,
Val?
sure, sure. Um, I always go back to clarity in strategy. What are you doing? Where are you going? And a lot of times it just kind of gets stuck. And you're talking about shiny object syndrome. I
Mm-hmm.
coined it EDD, entrepreneur distraction dilemma, because we get in that shiny objects, distractions, all of those places. And if you don't have that clarity in that direction, then you spin your wheels. So that's the kind of things that I see before they even come to visit with me. I mean, we could save a lot of time if they just got some clarity.
Oh my gosh, save time and money.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, yes. Sage, is there a mistake that you see your clients do a lot before they come to you?
Yeah. I'd say over anything else, messaging is just so important. And I see too many companies that come to us
Hmm.
with the wrong messaging. And what I mean by that, and with the way you see that manifest, is they put themselves before the client. So you'll look at their website or you'll look at their marketing collateral, and it all talks about how they're making an impact or how they're going out there and doing all these things and how they're, the best and how they're have the best customer experience or price or whatever those kind of things. And ultimately, what they're doing is they're putting themselves above their ideal customer.
Yeah.
Realistically, the customer is the hero, and you're just there as a mentor to help them through that. I'm here to help solve one of your problems. I think when we understand that as part of our core messaging and we flip the script on our websites to really write it from the customer that's coming into our website, I
Yeah.
think then our content and our brand finally resonates.
Yes, I think that as the expert, it's you're anywhere from 1 to 5 steps or 1 to 10 steps ahead of your audience, and so it's easy to speak from that scope. But then when you are speaking to people who are 1 to 10 steps behind you, the marketing message needs to reflect that. It needs to reflect that you're speaking from the place that they're currently at, and when you're able to do that, you're able to show them not only can you relate to where they are at, but you definitely have the solution that they have been waiting for. So that makes sense. I thought about a couple things that happens before my clients come to me for help with their communication. And this is for the communication outside the agency or outside of the company and the communication within. I find that they tend to speak in industry language
Mhm.
in their branding and marketing when their audience they're not in their industry. Their audience are normal people or people in who are just not in their industry. Period. They're experts in something else. And when you are speaking esoteric terms that it sounds like a whole other language. People don't resonate with it. They're like, it's over my head. I'm going.
Mhm.
I'm gone. Going, gone. And then you lose a customer, and then it's hard to reel them back in once you kind of lost them. So, and I think the other thing is sounding sounding too formal. I remember helping a friend of mine who is also a communication expert, but she focuses more on vocal communication, whereas I focus more on the written communication. And I remember, she was always very eloquent, but she used words that would be great for an essay, but not so great in branding and marketing. And so once she was done working with me, it was easier for her to say, "Oh, right, I can say it like this. That sounds more like an everyday person would say versus this, which is more technical." So those are a couple of things that came to mind. Uh, oh, okay. So let's get to our final question here. What is one reason someone should get a ticket for the conference? Sage, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I'll at least talk about my breakout room. Branding is really tough. The more that you understand your relationship with customer experience and branding and those key components of what defines an exceptional customer experience as it relates to what we're saying, those are really, really important indicators whether you stand out or not. So if you're struggling in those areas, come to the conference, come to our breakout rooms, and really enhance your knowledge and learn.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Sage. And Val?
Oh gosh, you have to come to the conference. You have to, have to. It's an experience. It's just such an amazing experience. And every single speaker just gives their all plus. You get some amazing content. You get some encouragement. It's just a great conference. So come.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Val. And then my answer to that question is come so that way you're not trying to do everything on your own. If you've been down in the dumps with your brand, if you have no idea what you're doing, this is a time to join a community of people who are just like you or a little further ahead, and get the expertise that you need in order to keep fighting for the dream. So come to the branding conference on April 26th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we can't wait to see you there. Okay, bye.